Yes, you are good to go.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Greetings from Mercy Technologies. My name is Karthik, and thank you, Shashi, for your kind introduction about me. So, I would be your trainer for this Java course, and I would like to give a small introduction about myself. So, my name is Karthik. I have completed Java certification. I'm an Oracle certified Java professional. And I have 10 plus years of experience in IT industries. So I got the privilege of working in service based, product based, and the captive companies till date. And then I currently work in a very reputed product based companies. So till now, I have taken interviews for many candidates. I can say I even conducted more than 100 interviews, and that was my privilege again that I got in various companies that I worked till now. And while doing this, since I am passionate about teaching, I want to spread the knowledge that I already have to the students or the learners who are willing to learn about Java. That passion has driven me in signing up this course. And then I have crafted this course with a focus on interview preparation. So the intention of you guys to join this course is not just to learn a few chapters of Java and master yourself in programming. It's not like that. So it is a focused course where the focus is learning Java, and at the same time, the end goal is to make you interview ready. So end goal is to make that once you complete this course, you should be very confident in cracking any interview that is related to Java. So today is our first class. I do not want to right away jump into programming. Let me try to write the agenda for today. So, what are we trying to learn or what are we covering in today's class? Let's try to see one by one. So, one thing that I have already done is my introduction. Okay. So, my name is Karthik, as I have already told you. Now, there are two other things that I would like to learn or I would like to cover. So, one thing is why Java, and the other is history of Java. So, now you have signed up for this course. You want to learn Java. Have you done the right thing or are you doing it in the right way? This is something that I wanted to answer. And at the same time, I wanted to tell you what is the market or where is Java positioned in the current market of IT industry today. So let me quickly open. Before I go into why Java, I would like to actually give you a small brief of what Java is. Since everyone has joined this class to learn about Java, before we actually write or before we actually do something related to Java, I just wanted to give you a very high level introduction. The person who is over here, his name is James Goosling, and actually he is the father of Java. And the one that you are able to see is the logo. I think most of you are already familiar with the logo, but for the people who doesn't know, for the people who don't know who is the one who has introduced Java or who is the father of Java, this is the person, by the way, his name is James Goosling. I would like to start the day or I'd like to start the course with a very small or very brief introduction of what is Java. Let me take it in this way. Java is a high level class based object oriented programming language. If somebody asks what is Java, this is how your definition should be. Java is a high level class based object oriented programming language. So if you don't know what is a high level language, we'll be learning about it in this. If you don't know what is a class based programming language, I'll be teaching about that to you. And I would even be covering what is object-oriented programming as part of this course. So don't worry if you are not fully aware of what this definition says, but this definition actually tells you what Java is in a single line. Again, Java is a general purpose programming language. It would let the programmers to write once and run anywhere. So it is like this. You have a Windows laptop, you want to write a Java program. Okay, you want to run in Mac OS, or let's say in Linux. Java will say, no problem, I don't have any problem. You write it anywhere. You write it only once, right? You write it only once, but you can run it anywhere. You can run it in your mobile phone. You can run it in Android. You can run it in iOS. You can run it in any operating system that actually supports this JRE, which is Java Runtime Environment. Okay, so you can write in any operating system and you can run in any operating system. You will need to write only once and you can run it in multiple operating systems that we call as VORA, which is write once, run anywhere. Okay, so I told you James Gosling is the one who has introduced Java to this world. So he actually works in Sun Microsystems, and Java has a very good legacy. We are in 2025. We are in 2025, and it was released in May 1995. And then we are here almost 30 years. And even now, people are speaking about Java. Even now, when somebody says that there is a Java course that we are running, people are signing up. You are interested in learning about Java. Why is all that? Maybe we'll be seeing a little while later. But let me complete this part. Now, this person who is actually introduced Java to the world, like that was done in Sun Microsystems. But now Oracle as a Oracle Corporation, which is Oracle, a new company, has bought Java from Sun Microsystems. This is a very simple or very high level thing of what Java means. Okay, so before I go into what history of Java says, or where Java came, etc., etc., I would like to give you a very simple or small statistics. There is nothing to remember about these statistics. It is just for you to make sure or for you to understand that you have done or taken a right decision. One thing that I wanted to actually highlight is why Java. What are the things that makes Java, stand out in the competition? Okay, I just wanted to highlight that over 90% of Fortune 500 companies use Java for backend systems. When I say Fortune 500 companies, what are Fortune 500 companies? Are top 500 richest companies of world. So when you hear about Google, Facebook, or now it has become the parent has become Meta. So let's say Microsoft. So these are a few companies that you can hear about. And like, for example, normal Indian services companies, like even if you say Infosys, okay, you say Wipro, okay, so you say Cognizant, you say anything, you say the biggest companies, or if you say the Indian service companies, or you say the captive companies, almost every company has one or the other project in Java. So what I mean to say is these are the statistics, by the way. Over 90% of Fortune 500 companies use Java for their backend systems, which means out of 500, there are 90% companies that are using Java already. Okay, I'm speaking about only the top 500 companies of the world. And there are a few indexes that measure what are the standings or the rankings of a few programming languages. And there is this PYPL index mid 2023. You don't even need to remember what it is, but they are saying Java is the second most popular language in the tutorial searches, right? You want to learn something in programming. Like, for example, as a student wants to learn something in programming. So he wants to start his day or he wants to start his learning using Java, and they have given the second rank for Java. Okay. So now using GitHub, we write code, right? So for example, right, I write code. Okay, code should be pushed into Git repo. For the people who don't know what is Git repository, I will teach you in the future sessions. But you just think that you write code and you have to place it somewhere, right? You have a movie, right? You will maybe store it in your pen drive, or you have few photos. You put all those into some Google Drive or some shared folder, right? Similarly, when you write code, you will be putting that code in a repository that is called as Git repository. Git is also a company. There are various flavors. Git as a company is telling that it is the third most popular programming language in GitHub. Okay, so which means every programmer who writes code will put his code on a particular platform. That platform is also saying Java is very famous. And then the other thing, you forget about the first three things. The next one is job market demand. So Java openings that are taken every year are always increasing because the number of systems that needs to get supported are increasing day by day because of the popularity of Java. So you don't need to worry. If you are skilled in Java, then you would be having the one or the other opening of Java every time. Only thing is you need to brush up your skills so that you would be job ready or you'd be interview ready. Only thing is you should be ready, but the jobs would be always there in the market. You should always be in a position to go and grab them. And then popularity, Java is already popular. Maybe that is the reason why you have signed up for this course. And then it has widespread usage. You will say that, sir, okay, I have so many lines of code that I have written. Is there any statistic that proves that Java is running in different places or various machines? So this line says it is running over 3 billion devices worldwide. 3 billion devices worldwide. So when I say 3 billion devices, Java is running in various devices. For example, if you take a television, yes, there is internally Java, something is running. If you take a microwave oven, or if you take a TV remote, or if you take any gadget, all right, it actually might be having Java runtime environment on which the Java application that you're writing would be sitting and running. So like that, there are 3 billion devices worldwide currently where Java is running. So this is something that I wanted to tell you. This is nothing to remember, or uh, there is nothing for you to actually, just give me a second. Okay. So there is nothing for you to actually remember in all these things. Only thing why I have taken time to explain all this to you is just to make sure that you know that you have taken a right decision of joining this course. You know that you are learning Java because it has so much of demand in the market. Okay, so only thing is just concentrate, maybe just learn part by part, step by step, take baby steps and try to learn whatever I teach in this course so that you become interview ready. And once you complete this course, you will go and crack the interviews that are always there in the job market, especially for Java. Okay, so this is fine. Sir, you told me about what is Java. Okay, you told me how important what Java is. Now, one thing that I wanted to actually tell you is the history of Java. So before we learn something, right? Like for example, let's say I tend to actually like for example, you go to any particular place, right? You'll say, oh, it is so very developed this day. Okay. Oh, there's a very big road. There are so many trucks that are going. There are so many buildings. But when you meet a person who is there for like let's say is quite some time, right? That person will say, one day this is nothing. One day there is nothing over here. Recently there are roads, recently there are buildings, recently there are all these things. There are so much of recent developments, right? Then you'd be thinking, oh, which means what this history was is there is nothing, but now it has developed so much. Similarly, Java also has a history, right? Maybe there is some charm to Java because of which there are so many programming languages that got introduced in the similar timeline, but I think people tend to forget about them. But Java is something that is still standing out even after 3 decades, which is 30 years. Okay, so now I would like to just tell you a very brief history of Java. Okay, so when I say Java, let me actually speak about a little bit of history of Java. So Java programming language, that is not the first name that is given. Okay, the first name to this language was called as Oak. I think many people know the oak trees. Okay, not sure how many people have seen them already, but there is this person called James Gosling, right? This person is the father of Java. He invented Java. In his office, there is a tree that he likes, and that is an oak tree. Okay, as a remembrance of that tree, he started or he has given the name of Oak to the programming language that he has actually invented. Okay, that is the first name of Java. The first name of Java is called as Oak. By the way, nobody's going to ask you about all these things in your interviews, but this is for your self-learning, right? You'd feel good that if you learn some history about the thing that you're already, signed up to learn in the future, in the coming 1 or 2 months. Okay, so Java programming language, the first name was Oak, and later on, after a few years, people started calling it as Green programming language, right? People started calling it as Green programming language, but finally, it was renamed as Java. Okay, why is it called as Java? Why is it called as Java? Java. It is called as Java because Java is a type of coffee in Indonesia. It is one of the best coffee beans that Indonesia has produced. Okay, so because of that, in Indonesia, a particular place, people started calling that name itself as Java. Okay, so that name or the place itself is called as Java. Now, if you see where is Java on the world map, right? This is the place, this is Indonesia, and there is this one part called Java. So this is something that what I call, so much of coffee cultivation happens, so much of coffee uh, gets produced, and that too it's a top quality coffee. All right, and people started liking that coffee, and they have given the name of this place itself as Java. Okay, by the way, taking that inspiration, Java was given as a name from the programming language called Green. Okay, so then I'd like to give a little bit more brief about what it is. I told you one thing, right? What is that? There is Sun Microsystems. So Sun Microsystems is the one that is James Gosling used to work, and this is the company in which Java got introduced. But later on, what happened is Sun Microsystems. Okay, maybe Sun Microsystems was first implemented in 1996. I told you it got released, but there is the first public implementation that happened in 1996. Okay, now Oracle Corporation is the one who has actually acquired Sun Microsystems in 2009 and 10. So by the way, like since they have already acquired the whole company, Java also became what you call a part of Oracle Corporation. But now this person, he also changed his job from Oracle Corporation to Amazon Web Services. So James Gosling is still alive, and by the way, he's working in Amazon Web Services in United States of America right now. Okay, so as I told you, this is a short or brief history about Java. I do not want to write any code today because this is our first session. This is our first session, but I want to show you a few things which I'd be dealing in details later on. In details later on. Now, sir, like by the way, this is the version history of Java. In which year, which version got introduced? By the way, you need not memorize any of this, but you can just remember that in 1995, the first beta version has come, and now we are right in September 19, 2023. There is this Java SE 21, which is LTS. There are a few green lines that I have given. LTS is nothing but long term support. Long term support. So these are versions that Oracle Corporation would not be supporting for a long time, but there are the green ones that I have actually mentioned over here, and these are supported for longer term. Like for example, let's say you're working on Java 19 or Java 20. Let's say there is a bug, okay, that you identified. what Oracle says is, hey, please upgrade to Java 21. That if there is any bug, I will fix it. But maybe I will not be supporting, 19 and 20, this kind of versions in the near future, because like they have already told that. Like, how do we know if it is a long-term supported version or not? So I would like to just open command prompt. So what I did is I just came here, I clicked on this start icon. So here I am searching for CMD. So this is command prompt. So when I say CMD, this is command prompt. I just clicked on the command prompt. Okay. I have maximized this one. Okay. So I just increased the font so that everyone could be able to see. I will say Java hyphen version. So I just want to show you what is a Java version that I have currently. By the way, this is Open JDK 21. Okay. And then this is the OpenJDK runtime, and then what are the virtual machines, etc., etc. And like nobody wants to you don't even need to remember any of these, but I just wanted to highlight that this is how you see the version of Java. And I told you 21 is a LTS, which is long-term supported version. Okay, this is a long-term supported version. So which means there is no problem even if I continue my project on Java 21. Okay, so with this, I'd like to just give me a second. Maybe I'm not going to any program currently because this is our first day. I do not want to start away right by writing the code. So give me a second.